Hey, Daddy Dick, happy 80th birthday. We are so happy that you are the leader of our tribe of Israel. We thank you for being such a good husband, a good provider, a great parent, so that our kids reap the benefits of your parenting skills because they learned from you and Mimi. Not gonna lie, 30 years ago you kind of scared me, but now I know you're just a big teddy bear. So we're so happy that we can share this day with you, and just know that we love you and we look forward to many more birthdays. And remember, 80 is the new 60, so you got this.
Hi Daddy Dick, happy birthday. I just wanted to say a few things why you've inspired me. You've inspired me to be a better person. Growing up with you in my life has been one of the most amazing things ever. I can't imagine not having you around. You've taught me so many valuable things about boys, about religion, about friendships, and I'm forever grateful for that. And you have made me a stronger, more humble person, and I'm so thankful to have you in my life. Every time I would travel or go away, all I would think about is being home with you and Mimi and just feeling so good about spending time with you guys. I've missed you, and I'm just so happy that I could be here on your birthday. And I just wanted to say that I love you so much and that you've always inspired me to be a better.
Happy birthday, Dad. Happy big 80. Huge number. Pretty sure that's the biggest number posted by any Israel in memory. So congratulations. Even more congratulations is you and Mom being married for 60 years. That's also a huge number. An even more impressive number. And I'm certainly grateful. Certainly grateful you and Mom teamed up to have your family and me being a part of that, and the example that each of you have set forth in a manner in which God would be pleased, but also that example every day. It's consistent. Just couldn't be more fortunate. You don't get to pick your parents, but God selected a couple pretty good ones for me, and I couldn't be more blessed that that's the case. I'm certain that Richard, John, and Diane would say the same thing. But it goes on. We've impacted much more people than just us, our wives and husbands and grandchildren, and the people around them, and all the things we were involved with, in sports and church and the neighborhood and those kinds of things. It just goes on, and you were a great example throughout all those things. Mom, you're probably the most adored person that I know. Nobody ever says anything ugly, bad, or they just love you to death. And I see that, and you express that, feel that every day. And Dad, you're highly respected. Expectation that you have for us and had for us. We've been able to pass that on to our children, and hopefully they continue with that legacy. It's pretty amazing. I'm excited for you guys on a big day. I'm excited to be spending it with you. Look forward to it. And once again, I couldn't be more grateful to be who I am and a part of your family. I love you both very much. Congratulations. Bye.
Hey Daddy Dick, I wanted to take a second and say happy birthday. I don't know if I should say an introduction, but in the case that somebody watches this video, I don't know, 100 years from now, I will. My name's Kyle Israel, Daddy Dick's first grandchild. But 80, you made it. Over the years, you and I have had conversations, and you've always told me that 80 was a number that you really wanted to make it to and live to. Certainly with your brother and sisters, 80 was truly a milestone, Daddy Dick. And so I'm very, very proud and thankful that you've made it to 80. But I also want to remind you that although 80 is a milestone, what you've done in those 80 years is what's truly remarkable. The type of father that you were, the type of father that you are, the way that you raised your children, the relationship of love that you showed and had with Mimi in front of your children and in front of your grandchildren, the hard work that you put in each and every day since you moved here in 1963, you truly built a foundation for our family, a foundation that is truly remarkable and one that none of us could thank you enough for doing. The impact that you've had on my life is a little bit greater than those of my cousins, naturally, because I'm a bit older than everybody else, as you can see from my semi-receding hairline, although I'm taking some pills to hopefully help that. I am so eternally grateful for the positive impact that you had on my life, Daddy Dick. You have truly taught me what it means to be a man, a father, a husband, what it means to be accountable, reliable, live life with integrity, have great character. These are all things that I learned from you and from my father, which came from you. And I am forever grateful for that. I would also remark that I'm truly thankful for the impact that you had for me in years where you didn't have to. From the age of 10 to 18 or 10 to 22, Daddy Dick, you did so many things for me, from taking me to school, taking me to practices, taking me to games, to and from all of those places. You were there for me. And I am so thankful. I know Austin and Shelby are so thankful, along with Mimi. But Daddy Dick, you and I spent a lot of time together, a lot of time for you to give me life lessons, or maybe life lectures. Maybe that's a better term for it. Those things that we laugh about today have had a long-lasting impact on the man that I am today. And if I've never told you thank you for those things that you've taught me, well, I'm trying to do that now. I thank you so much for being the grandfather that you've been, that you'll continue to be. I thank you so much for the love that you've shown to your grandchildren and family. And I just want to let you know that we are all so proud, so thankful to the Lord to be able to call you our grandfather. And there's no chance that I would ever have it any other way. And so on this day, I hope that you truly enjoy it. I hope that you truly enjoy all the messages that you've received from the people that love you dearly. And again, we can never ever thank you enough for the man that you've been the past 80 years. And I can only hope to be that same man to my family one day. All right, let's party.
Hey, Dad, it's John. Just wanted to leave you with a few words of appreciation, because I'm extremely I appreciate and count my blessings each and every day that you are my dad. You gave me a love of literature. I read a lot of crazy books, but it is literature. Also a love of the classics, Tchaikovsky in the living room, along with the Monkees and Don McLean. Gave me a love of sports. That's been kind of huge in our family, is the love of sports. But growing up, the setting goals and striving and everything that goes along with that, winning and losing and learning. Thank you for the direction there. But the number one thing that I'm grateful for is your direction and being God's man, being my father and a role model.
Thank you for leading me in the prayer. That's the most important thing. The other stuff will fade away, but eternity is eternity, and I'm grateful. Happy birthday. Love you.
Happy birthday, Daddy Dick. You have impacted my life with your love of sports and how you're always asking me how I'm doing in baseball. I appreciate you a lot, and I love you a lot.
Hey, Daddy Dick. I just want to take a moment here to wish you a happy 80th birthday. Congratulations, you're the oldest living Israel. I'm sure you're doing wonderful. So just want to take a moment here and let you know what you've meant to me throughout my life. I'm probably not looking as good today. I've probably got some gauze on my face for that bad boy right there. But even from an early age, before I could speak, you were reaching out to me with a signal that we had every time we saw each other, which it shows even at an early age we had something going on together there. So just wanted to point that out, and I think that kind of had an element a little bit in sparking a little bit of creativity in my life, and even through that, and through you teaching me how to play guitar, and even going as far as to giving me my first guitar and taking that chance of giving me a musical instrument, which is always the smartest thing to do with an adolescent. But you were able to instill that in me, and then take the chance, and I was able to run with it. And that's meant a lot to me throughout my life here. Something I can always turn to as a hobby, and something I enjoy doing on a daily basis. Beyond that, you've always been a positive, loving force through everything that we've been through in our lives, and even if that meant a divorce in the family, or hard times as a young adult, and even times not making the best choices or best decisions, you've always been there to offer the best advice that you can. It's always seemed to me to be the best advice, and something that I've always taken in and really heeded and tried to apply moving forward from that point. Even in moments where maybe I couldn't gather your advice, I've always thought, what would he do in this moment? What would be the move that he would make to move forward in this point? Even beyond that, Mimi and yourself have always been a great example of what it means to have a loving, faithful marriage through every situation possible, regardless of what it meant for each other. You guys have always been there for each other to go ahead and take care of that. And beyond that, you guys have always together, helped us through anything that we've been through. Like I was saying before, you guys helped raise us through one of the hardest times in our lives, and a really, developmental thing that happened in our lives, and something that we really needed help and a hand through, and you were there to give more than that on a daily basis. And even beyond that, as things eventually got better with everything, you've continued to be that positive, loving force there. And beyond that, most importantly, you've been a man of faith, and a great example of what it means to put faith into action and apply it to your life on a daily basis, and what that means throughout your life. Again, I really love you. I don't really think what I can say, could really reflect how I truly feel about you. But I've done my best here, and I really hope that you enjoy your 80th birthday, and that we're having a great time, and look forward to spending more days with you, and seeing you soon. Love you.
Daddy Dick, I want to say happy birthday for my favorite recliner, and I know that you're a man who knows something about favorite recliners. I tell you, we could almost be twins. We're good looking, we're funny, and we have a great hairstyle. I just want to say how much I appreciate you all these years. Been in the family since 1996, and been married, and I always appreciate all your love, your guidance, and spending time with you in the Bible studies. You really impacted my life, especially as a man came from a little bit of a interesting background, and I just want to say thank you so much, especially those early years and formative years in the marriage. You always had great advice, and just thank you so much for that. And you do have a great sense of humor too. A lot of people don't appreciate it. I do have a little bit of offbeat humor, and you are always one to appreciate that. I just want to say it's been great to be around you for all these years, and 80 is, well, that's a big deal. I hope you have another 10, 15, 20 more to go. Love you very much, and roll Tide.
Hi, it's Diane. Daddy Dick has impacted my life by looking after me and taking care of me when I was younger, and from infant to 28 years old. Daddy Dick was the person I went to for emotional comfort. Mimi was great, but she was matter of fact. But Daddy Dick was always a good listener, and always listened to me when I was sad or upset or angry. Probably from my teens to adulthood, I would say. He seemed more sympathetic and really listened. Also the impact, probably the lifelong impact that I would think he would be most proud of, would be the impact of his salvation on me, and sharing with his love of Jesus, and just one evening in his extreme heartfelt telling me what Jesus meant to him. And it was uncomfortable at the time, but I know why it was uncomfortable, because the devil didn't want me to hear that message. But thank goodness he did it anyway. And Daddy Dick, I can't thank you enough for sharing that evening, and just giving me, letting me know that how much you love Jesus. Big, huge impact on me, and of course my family, and my love for Jesus. So that's probably the biggest impact. Now, you've also come and let us live with you after we've already left home, and been there with my whole pregnancy with Alyssa. And so I think that raising my own kids, and bringing some of the stuff you taught me, and then I have passed on to my own children, and probably in this house, in my house now, is the love of sports. And I'm sure Travis had something to do with that too, but for the love of sports, even though the daughter says she doesn't love sports, but she's in crew and she's athletic too, so she can't say that anymore. But anyway, thanks, Daddy Dick, and happy birthday. 80 years old. It's a big deal, Dad. And I love you, and I'm glad you're here. Bye.
Happy birthday, Daddy Dick. I love you. Sorry I couldn't make it, but I know you're going to have a great time. When I was asked to how you impacted my life, I can tell you there are so many ways. As you well know, my dad left our home when I was in 9th grade. It was devastating to me. My dad chose a life that did not include God nor any of his ways. He was a good man, however, not one of character. When my dad left this earth, he did enter heaven. Upon his bout with cancer, he finally gave up the fight and came to terms with God. He became his child, and we know that he dwells with him right now. And for that, I am so thankful. And knowing that I had a dad that did not follow the ways of God, I knew that I had a father-in-law that most definitely did. You are a true witness to a godly man. You know God's word, you are prophetic in its teaching, and you live by its ways. You are a man of character, integrity, and of love. You have brought up 4 amazing children, one that I would say is my favorite, and that would be John David. In hearing of their memories, I only see good in them. I hear about the times you were always there for them in coaching, teaching, mentoring, and parenting. We often get a lot of laughs in the vision of each of those memories. You, along with Mimi, created a positive home life for them. After John and I were married, I considered it to be a privilege to have the last name of Israel. It's a strong name and a pretty cool one too. God placed me into your family, and for that I can only thank him. He allowed me now to have a godly influence in my life, in you and in Mimi. I must tell you that you have given me so much godly wisdom throughout the years. You and Mimi are the first I go to with any situation that needs counsel. Y'all have chosen to live a life driven by Christ, a home that exudes his ways. Whenever we enter your home, I feel a comfort, a coziness that wraps me up. That comfort and that coziness comes from a love that I know I have in each of you. The impact you have created on my heart is the unconditional love that you give, the Christ-led conversations that you share, the warmth you show to John, myself, and our children. You are truly a gift from God to my life and to so many others. Your wisdom is something that will lead us into our futures here on earth and into our eternal home in heaven. You are a true disciple to this world. I love you greatly and want to wish you a happy 80th birthday. Circumstance did not allow me to be part of your special day, unfortunately. However, I know you are amongst the greatest of your fans, and that's your family. Daddy Dick, I love you, and roll Tide.
Happy birthday, Daddy Dick. I was going to say some things to describe you. I like when I come over and you be nice to me, and that you listen to my sports stories and watch me swim and do funny stuff when I come to your house. And happy 80th birthday. I love you, Daddy Dick.
Hey, Daddy Dick. I was asked to do a video about the ways you've impacted me, and there's many to name, starting with the way you raised my father to love Jesus has impacted my life and has allowed me to live a Christian life because of that foundation you gave my father, who in turn gave to me. You have always been there for me, even when I was a crazy teenager. I made bad choices, and you never ever made me feel unloved or judged when I was going through those times. You also impacted me when my mom was sick. I always knew if you were there to pick me up for school that something happened with Mom. And I commend you and thank you for being there and stepping in and helping me and Allison through that. And always being there to tell your jokes and make me laugh and smile and give me our handshake. I love you very much. You mean the world to me. Thank you for marrying my Mimi and giving me my Mimi, because she means the world to me as well. Thank you for showing Shane and I what a healthy, strong marriage is, and that you stick together through thick and thin, through losing lives, through losing babies, through losing family members. You and Mimi have been best friends through it all, watching American Idol together, going to church together, and now going through new changes in your older lives together. Never have y'all lost that love, and you have impressed on me to be the best me I can be, and to be more godlike to people. And I hope you have the best birthday, and I'm very excited to see everybody, and I'm very excited to hug your neck and to take a selfie with you. I love you, and I know I overuse that, or as you say, but I always mean it every time. And I hope you have a great 80th birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad. Happy 80th birthday. And from someone who likes to enjoy those kind of festivities,
You're awesome. Never has anybody lived as long as you. That's Israel. Yay! You too, Mimi, for putting up with Daddy Dick for all these years. It's a big celebration to all.
hi, Dad. It's Richard again. Hopefully you got that birthday message just now. I just wanted to say thank you for being my dad. I didn't have much say in the matter, but I'm very proud to be your son. You spent 80 years on this earth. You've lived longer than any other Israel on record, as far as I'm concerned. So you win. Unfortunately, no one is here but us to kind of help you gloat over being the longevity award winner for your family. But we're happy to be a part of it. I guess what you mean to me is the kind of the question of the day. What you mean to me is more than I could probably express in this real short time, but I pondered it and I looked back on what you did, and it was like, from a spiritual standpoint, you allowed me into your life when God was dealing with you in a real way for a Christianity that was authentic, by taking me to the Agape house when I was in 7th grade, and you were working out your own salvation, your own deep walk, and I could sense that, and that made it authentic to me. And I just want to thank you for letting me pal around with you during that time. You used to take me on walks. One walk I remember vividly is you had told me to look down at the end of the sidewalk, and we were talking about walking with Jesus. And you said, picture Jesus at the end of the street, and you just keep your eyes on him and not worry about things around. So those are very important moments in my life. I still remember them to this day. You trained me, you coached me, you watched me fail at basketball and took the initiative to come out and coach me in football all the years that I played. And also, you told me I had to run a 6-minute mile, so you got behind me in your baby blue, light blue Volkswagen and made me run at a 6-mile pace in our neighborhood until I could do it. So those are lasting things. If I tell people today some of the things that we did as Israels to get better, they just kind of look at me kind of sideways. But you loved us more than we could have asked for. And we're better for it. You have a big part in making the man that I am today, and that will continue on, in my own life. And we're just here to celebrate 80 years that you have been on this planet, Earth. We look forward to some years ahead. This is not the final, send off Daddy Dick or Dad. This is just a celebration on the journey. So congratulations, Dad. We love you. I hope you have a great day and we can all celebrate it together. Thanks.
Happy 80th birthday, Daddy Dick. Thanks for welcoming me into the family almost 18 years ago. I have lots of memories when we went on sporting events together, lots of practices, lots of dinners after football games. that we went to together. When I think of you, I think of your wisdom, your listening ear, always a gentle heart, wanting to hear our stories and give us encouragement. But most of all, your heart for the Lord, and always being a prayer warrior. Thank you so much for all you've done for the family and for our children. And happy 80th birthday!
What's going on? Happy birthday, Daddy Dick. Just don't really even know where to start with this video. Just want to say, of course, that I'm thankful so much for you and so much that you brought into my life. Not just my life, but many people that I care about as well. And many of these people that are in this room here today can all pretty much attest to that. Just your love, really, that's the first thing that pops out. Is just, I've never seen you really angry, unless it was probably after an Alabama loss, which don't happen much either. But just the love you have for people, the love you have for Mimi. It's an example for all of us, to follow, and that's just something that I strive to be. I'm not perfect at it, but having a good example like you and Mimi, as role models in my life that I want to, see myself become eventually, and I've got a lot of room to grow. Just your love, your humility, your humor as well. Love your humor. Just being wise. The life lessons that you've given me over the years, whether or not if I was asking for them or not, you were there to give them. And just so welcoming of me and my friends and family whenever we're into your house, visiting you. I just know that everyone that I've encountered with you has always had a pleasant experience. So thank you for that, and thank you for allowing these people that I bring into your home to feel like they're one of us, like in Israel, which that doesn't happen everywhere else. So very, very thankful for that. Usually I get the tell me a story. Come in here, I sit down, and we get to chat, and it usually gets to a point where you're like, tell me a story. And there's just so many stories I could start off with. Not me telling you about my day-to-day experiences now, just more of me telling you how you've impacted me and the people that I care about. That's the kind of story that I'm going to go with today. Is just your love and humility for everybody else that you care, and even if you don't know them, it just seems like that you've known them for a while, and I've taken key notice to that. And how I kind of wanted to live my life is following the same footsteps and how you live your life. I'm just so grateful that I get every single time to, be with you. There's a great experience. I've never had a negative experience, whether that was, now or when I lived in your house for about 9 months while we were getting this house built. And what you've done has, trickled down to my father, and I've seen a lot of him and you, and that's just a testament of you raising a great son, and also your other sons and daughter. They have a lot of key things that you've instilled in them that we can see in them, and now that's getting passed down. So your trickle-down effect has really made a huge impact on everybody. You definitely left your footmark or footprint on all of us, and it'll always be here for, till we're all here and we're trickling down to our kids and grandkids. So without that, you wouldn't have started such a great train reaction. And I don't know if somebody in your life prior to you trickled down to you and then it's just continued to, fall down the ladder. But without that, we wouldn't be such a loving and close family that we are. I know a lot of families that don't really know their cousins as much or live far away, but it always seemed like an emphasis when we were young to get everybody together. And those relationships over time have continued to allow us to get closer and closer and closer because of starting at an early age of getting us all together and loving one another. Has allowed us to, that's something that if I, choose to have a family in the near future, but that's something that I would love to instill too is, making sure everyone in our family, whether they're, our cousins or second cousins, they come together and we love each other. And I've seen that from you guys, and I appreciate you guys doing all those Christmas parties and 4th of Julys and all of that crazy stuff, because it's had an impact, and it's in my memory. I'm sure it's in many of these other people's memories of the good times that we created, and then wanting to continue to create those outside of those events, which has been awesome. I just wanted to let you know I love you. I love Mimi as well. There's so much I could talk about. I mean, from a sports standpoint, we could go on and on and on about the life lessons. I'm sure a lot of the Israel boys have heard the term prancing, which I will never forget, and the story you told about Kyle after he, I guess, threw an interception, about him prancing and running him down. But, just not even sports related, but the life lessons that you've instilled in us will carry on forever, and I hope they can continue to carry on to future generations below us. And I just want to let you know that that's there, and your footprint will always be here, and very appreciative of that, and just love you to death. Wish I was living with you, just so I can continue to get these life lessons on a daily basis. But like I told Mimi, I'm going to break the chain and be the first cousin to not move in on their own terms. So, but I'll always be here. I'm just a phone call away. I'll always, be a 20-minute drive. Whenever you need me, I'm always there for you guys. I just want to let you guys know that I love you so much. You guys mean the world to me. And your footprint is for sure here to stay. So thank you. And I love you guys again. So enjoy this day and enjoy the other days to come after. Much love.
Happy birthday, Daddy Dick.
Happy birthday, Daddy Dick. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'm truly blessed to have you in my 13 years of life. You've taught me on how to look on the bright side of things and do things in the name of the Lord. I love you so much. You have and will always be an amazing grandpa. Happy 80th birthday!
Happy 80th birthday, Daddy Dick. And I would like to celebrate your birthday in the only way an engineer knows how, by sharing historical facts. So, the cost of living 80 years ago. Gallon of gas cost 10 cents. The average cost of a new house, $3,800. The average wages per year, $1,700. The average price for a new car, $700. The average price of a toaster, $16, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're going to roll with it. Campbell's tomato soup, 4 cans for 25 cents. Mixed nuts, 19 cents per pound. Fresh peas, 4 cents per pound. Cabbage, 3 cents per pound. Kind of exciting, I thought I would roll off with some facts. Some more history, some lesser known things, but Nazi Germany did attack Poland on September 1st of 1939. Didn't know if you guys knew that one, but the United States started the Manhattan Project. Have you guys heard about that one either? Russian troops invaded Finland. HP, a Hewlett-Packard company, created. Lou Gehrig, for all those baseball lovers out there. He was retired. He retired after being diagnosed with, the disease. The Chilean earthquake in 1939. 50,000 people died. Great. I think those are the main things. Oh, no, wait. 2 very important things happened. Gone with the Wind premiered in Atlanta. I think that's the most important fact. And The Wizard of Oz also premiered. So, very important year. So, those are the main ones. But also, Daddy Dick, I just want to say thank you so much, and I love you so much. So, thank you for always, talking to me and reaching out things about non-sport things, even though, yes, you did help instill appreciation for sports in my mom and me, kind of. But thank you for also always trying to talk to me about non-sports things and asking me about the books I'm reading and other things I'm doing. It just always makes me feel included, because a lot of times the conversations in the family all revolve around sports, and I don't always feel included, so you always talk to me about books I'm reading. This one's called The Dragon Reborn. I'm reading The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Just, that's what I'm reading, but about other things. We talk about philosophy a lot, which I think is just fun, and we talk about math and engineering, which is really cool. And so I love you so much. Thank you for always telling me these things, and I'm also grateful that you genetically passed out your love of math and reading to me, because I wouldn't be the same person I am today without you doing that for me, and I have lived a very different life. So I love you so much, and thank you, and hats off to you for 80 whole years of life and living and amazing things. So thank you so much. I love you. Keep on keeping on, Yeah.
Happy birthday, Daddy Dick. Thank you for everything you've done for me personally, and thank you for everything you've done for us as a family. Always cheering us on at our football games, or even if we're the cheerleader on the sidelines, you were always there for us. Or even from your office window when we catch a big bass from the backyard. You have always cheered us on, and I greatly appreciate that. You have always taught us the good, the bad, the ugly about life. The good being Alabama, the bad being the Gators, and the ugly being Clemson. Just kidding. But you have always taught us wise things in life. You have always taught us Jesus being number one in our life. Always put him number one. And you raised my dad very well, and then he raised us very well too. Even if you had to wear him out over 100 times, he had to wear us out over 100 times. Well, with Ashton being more. Just kidding. But very thankful for you, that you are my grandpa, and you are in all of our lives till this day. And 80 is awesome, and you look great to be 80 years old. And you and Mimi will always be number one in my life, and I appreciate y'all, and I love you guys, and roll Tide!